guys, and welcome back to my channel, and this is day 2, literally the next day after the last time I uploaded. Today I had one of those days at work where the people that you work with aren't really focused on what they're supposed to be doing, or they're kind of just, not everybody always has the same work ethic throughout the full week, or like with where I work, we have a lot of people that do different types of shifts, and with it being September, a lot of people that where I work are also college or university students, so they're not always there throughout the week, so they have a lot to talk about, and a lot because we work together so much, and almost every day if you're a full-time employee at my work. They had all summer to talk. Well, now that they're not always around each other, they want to talk on the times that they are there. Well, that makes it harder for people that are still full-time throughout the whole year. So, like, it's just kind of frustrating for people like me, and I'm not the only one that feels this way, and I'm not putting names out there, but it's frustrating when there is no consideration for those you work with. And this doesn't just apply with where I work. It applies with every type of relationship out there. If I wasn't considerate of my roommate or the landlords above that own the house, they also live on the same property, I wouldn't be renting here. I would be out on my butt. If I wasn't considerate of my family, I wouldn't have such great relationships and bonds with my aunts. I have 2 of them that I'm really close with, my Aunt Bev and my Aunt Joanne. And then my uncle, I wouldn't be close with him either, or my parents, or my grandparents. Love my grandparents, can't get enough of talking about them. Chris, he would agree to that one, but consideration, there's just a few people at work, and I'm sure that you guys could agree with this too, like, tell me your stories where people should be more considerate. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. Maybe I am, but I'm sure I'm not, because there's people at my work that are like, you just have that look on your face where you're thinking in your own little, like, mind cloud bubble where, like, are you really acting this way right now? Are you really saying those things? Is this an appropriate time to discuss why Billy or Jane decided to go and do those things? Like, get your head in the game. You're here to work. Sure, our minimum wage isn't that great right now, but you have a job, and there are a lot of people within said age bracket of being 17 to 25 that don't have a job, regardless of their situation, regardless of whether they tried to go to school or whether they dropped out. Like, you have a job. And it's mind-boggling, because I've had multiple jobs. I'm working at a Canadian retail fast food franchise right now, Tim Hortons. But before this, I worked at PetSmart, and I was a dog and bath groomer there. And because I didn't have enough hours and I was looking to move out, I had to find work elsewhere. So I came to Tim's. Before PetSmart, I was working at the Hudson's Bay Company in Oshawa. There I was a shipping receiver. I was one of 2 people on that team. If either her or I, the other lady that worked there, hadn't put in the effort, or after hours effort that was not paid for, nothing would be sent online. That's what we dealt with. We would deal with online orders. And if her and I didn't do it, nothing would get done. So it mind boggles me because of the history that I've come from. I guess everybody has learning paths, but like, I just wish consideration of others, consideration of time. I'm sure my managers and that particular store, its owners, wouldn't be that appreciative. Sorry, my laptop just did one of those sleep things where it tried to go out on me, and I'm trying to keep the light up because it's kind of a dark day here today. Anyways, back to the story. Before the Hudson's Bay, I was a server I've been was a server for almost 3.5 years. I worked at a pub in Port Perry called The Pub. Real generic, real way to go. Way to go, that owner and that boss. And that was just a summer gig. I was there beginning of May and ended in September. No, sorry, it was August. Ended in August. During that time, I was also a server at Swiss Chalet, and I was a server at Swiss Chalet the entire 3 years. And before Swiss Chalet, I worked at another fast food franchise called Wendy's, and that was in Bowmanville too. And my very first job was actually unpaid, and if anybody knows me, I'm very horse and dog and animal related, and I've always been around horses. Parts of my family owns Clydesdales even, so I've always been around larger types of animals too. And the stable that I'd work at or ride at was the same one, but if I wanted to go riding, I had to do the work to earn that, because sometimes I wouldn't have the money. So I'd muck out stables, or I'd help teach other kids lessons. Like me and there's a girl that I've always rode with at that stable. We used to call each other barn buddies, and we would co-teach other novice or not so advanced riders how to ride certain horses or certain ponies or different types of tricks in the book to what we were doing that day, or if there's a competition coming up and that they want to be ready for, or if they had something to tweak, or they just weren't quite understanding. For me, one of my things I never quite got, and my dad will always hold this to me, is my diagonal, because this is off topic, so off topic, but my diagonal, it's on the horse when you're riding it, kind of just like you're aligning yourself to the way the horse is trotting or cantering or running of any kind, so that it's not off center and you're working together as one instead of two different individuals. I'm terrible explaining it. I was even worse doing it when I was first learning it, but now I know, and I know what I'm doing, so yay. But still, if her and I hadn't been considerate, we could have just let those kids go off on a pony and not know what they're doing, or go off on a horse and could have got hurt, and it would be at our responsibility and at our discretion of what happens next. Like, if you're not considerate of those around you, then where are you getting? Not only should you be considerate of family, or like, or a relationship, like your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you have, you should be considerate of teachers and law and everything that is associated with you. Like, there are consequences to decisions, things you say, actions you do, and I'm not sure that everybody quite understands that, and that's really frustrating and disheartening, because there are a lot of people out there that are overthinking these things, and it's not just a female thing to think it, but like, I just wish people would understand that if I did this or I said this, this can affect me, or this could affect someone else 5 minutes from now, 5 hours from now, 5 days from now. And it's hard to hear, and it's hard to see, and it's just something that I know other YouTubers even have talked about, but I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in on it and share my experience from today, because those girls, I just wish would realize that it is not gossip time and that it is time to just, it may be just a job where you're making coffee, where you're making a sandwich, where you're taking somebody's money, or if you're on the drive-thru on the headset, literally pushing a button and buttons on a monitor the whole day. That is your job. You are there. Just do it. And it's just, it bothers me and it bothers other people. I'm sure there's other people in other types of workplaces that it could bother too. I'm sure if my mother, she works for a municipality and she deals with accounting. I'm sure that if she decided to just talk the whole day, other people would be really upset. Taxpayers would be upset. The mayor. And we would be upset. My dad and I would be upset because she's dropping the ball at work and we don't want her to be in trouble and have to deal with those consequences if she decided to do that one day. Like, it wouldn't make sense. So, other than that, the day went really well. My boyfriend came through the drive-thru today, so I got to see him for a little bit, and he'll be coming home here shortly. I'm just looking at the clock on my laptop. Within maybe an hour or so. He said he might get off early, so that's exciting. And I keep looking out the windows, and I'm sorry, but I'm very distracted because the leaves are finally starting to change in the backyard. It's been cold enough at nights, I guess. And they're starting to fall too. And they're that like orangey peachy color. And I'm so excited. Another topic that not topic, but like something that we discussed is that we want to go and look at the leaves in northern central Ontario and see the leaves change. Not like change, but like, you know what a tree looks like in the summer. We'll go and look at like a whole forest or a whole provincial park in October. Oh, I'm so excited. I love fall, but I'm not one of those typical go hard, white girl, basic type of thing. Like, if I want to go look at some leaves, I'm going to go look at some leaves. If I want to go pick apples, I'm going to go pick some apples. If I want a tea that just happens to be apple cinnamon, it's going to be apple cinnamon tea. I'm not quite a pumpkin fan. And lots of people have tried, but it's not happening. And I also get really excited for fall because I know winter's coming. And winter, I love winter. It's the longest time of the year in Canada, and that's okay with me. Chris, on the other hand, whatever I was about to say, other hand, would not agree. He loves the heat. His time is now come and gone. It's leaving. I'm very excited. Buck up, Buttercup. Grab a sweater. We're going outside. Anyway. So yeah, just leave some comments about what you think and share your stories about what considerate people, or do you consider yourself a considerate person? I consider myself a considerate person because I'm always overthinking. It's just the type of mind I have, but like, I think about if I say something, if I do something all the time, that I appear quiet, but I'm a very talkative person, and when you get to know me, I stutter and mumble over my words because I have so much to say to people that I just want to get it out, and my mouth doesn't move fast enough, or I don't take enough breaths, so it comes out in just one huge paragraph sentence. Yeah. But I just considerate of others, and I think I am, and I know my family is, and I know some people at my work are. It's just, I wish people were more so like that. And I feel like life would be so much easier, regardless on the type of position or type of job you have, if people just did that. So, I hope you had a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!